Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, in this video, I'm going to be answering your assumption about college. Just to give you some context, I am technically year 13-ish. Let's just say I had to redo year 12, so this year is technically year 13 for me. So I am doing the UAL Level 3 Extended Diploma in Performing Arts. I just realised that is a really long name for a course. That qualification is going to basically get me into uni, essentially. I'm hoping to get another distinction again. Leave a like, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and that way you can find out when I upload. I just upload randomly. So let's begin. The first question is from Narosh. I'll leave his YouTube link in the description below. He says, why do I prefer college over sixth form? For me personally, that was kind of the only choice. The reason being is because I didn't do GCSE higher. I only did foundation, and the highest that you can get in foundation is a C. Yes, it does kind of suck, but I don't feel like stressing over exams, which that's one benefit of going college over sixth form is most likely your course will not require you to do any exams at all. Like, it's going to most likely be mainly coursework based. Second thing, I prefer that kind of like independent lifestyle. Like, it's kind of similar to the uni lifestyle where you can decide whether if you actually want to put in effort to actually get an education out of it, or if you don't, that's fine. You'll just be failing in life eventually. I mean, obviously there's apprenticeships and stuff like that, but for most people who want to go uni and stuff like that but aren't really putting in the effort, you're just lazy. Next two questions comes from Iby. First one, he says, do you get work to complete during days off? Yes. But what I do is I'll normally get my work done as early as possible. So in that way, I don't need to stress over getting loads of work done like next day and go through lastminute.com. Yes, that's right. There is a thing called lastminute.com where practically most people do their work on the last minute, which I will totally not recommend you doing. If you want to get a high grade, is don't do your work at the last minute. Just don't. I'm telling you this from now. The reason being why I do my work as early as possible is because I have less work to do at home, and also I have more time to myself. So then I can relax, you know, all that sort of stuff, and that keeps me a lot more organized. He also asked, how's the timetable structured like? To be honest, I haven't really got my timetable yet for this year because I haven't done my induction yet, but I can tell you what my timetable was like for last year. So for my timetable, I only went in 3 days a week, which was Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So on a Wednesday, I would have a music class, a GCSE maths class, because if you guys didn't know, and then I would have a acting class, and then on a Thursday, I would have a physical theatre class, a voice class, and a theory class, and then on a Friday, I have a acting class and then another GCSE maths class. So that was pretty much my timetable. It just generally depends on like the course that you're doing, because some courses may require you to go in like 4 or more days. Most will require you to go in 3 days. And in terms of the times, generally your start times are 9 o'clock, but there may be a day or two where your classes won't be until later. All I'm going to say is just go to your induction day and then see your timetable from there. Okay, so next couple of questions is from Zach. The first one, he says, any tips on game mates? I would suggest, one, just being yourself. Like, don't try and pretend to be someone else when you're not, because it's not really good and people can easily catch you out by that. Do small talk if you don't feel that confident, or if you're feeling really shy, just do small talk. And 3, find common interests with the person you're trying to be friends with. That's what I would say, because by finding common interests, and that way it makes it a lot easier for you to talk to that other person. And then he also says, does college take up a lot of free time? It really does depend on what your schedule is like, for 1. 2, whether if you're planning on doing any extracurricular activities. So if you wanted to do like being on a student council or doing sports stuff or actual clubs and all that sort of stuff, then it may take up a bit of your free time, because you know, you've got to take those extracurricular activities into an account. But if you're not, and if you're just not great at keeping your work organized, and obviously it's going to take up more of your time because, you know, you didn't do your work as early as possible. So now you're essentially going to stress and start having panic attacks because you have to go through lastminute.com, which again, I would not recommend. And finally, for the last question, comes from Millie, and she says, is it better than secondary? It is 10 times better than secondary, okay? Like, college, you get a lot more freedom than you would normally do in like secondary school. The reason being is because like they essentially treat you like adults, and like they essentially give you the power of whether you actually want to put in a lot of effort for your education. So if you don't, that's fine. Just know that you may be kicked out of your college eventually. And when it comes to your coursework, if you want to hand your work in late, that's fine. You're just gonna get a shit grade at the end of the year. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of your fault. So, I think college is 10 times better than secondary. Hope this helps for those who are going into college, and good luck to you all. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye bye, guys.